Welcome back, everybody, to our first Tips for Mortgage videos of 2023. My name is Mike Parkinson. I'm a mortgage broker in Campbell River, British Columbia on Vancouver Island. And this is my cousin, Jaden Bax. He's a mortgage broker just outside of Calgary, Alberta. Happy New Year, Jay.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, I got the cowboy roots representing out here in Alberta. Got the
Exactly.
surfer guy out there on the island, eh?
Yeah, I've been surfing quite a bit over the holidays. You know, we had lots of wind and rain and storms. So, yeah, I've been practicing a little bit. So, how about you? Lots of surfing out there?
Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? We're looking at plus one, plus two lately. So a little bit
Wow.
of surfing to be done. If everything starts melting, we might be able to surf before too long here.
That's great. That's great. Well, let's get right into it, Jay.
Yeah.
This is pretty much going to be our weekly mortgage rate topic that we're going to do. So let's dive into rates, what we think, a little bit of recap on last year, what happened, predictions moving forward this year, what we think. Obviously, it's our opinion. We don't have a crystal ball, but we do follow a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So we're just going to try to help you understand what we see and what we think is going to happen. Hopefully, help you make the right decisions moving forward. So let's dive into it. So interest rates. What do you think is going to happen here? End of January, Bank of Canada predictions are a quarter point increase. Now we have the job numbers came out last week, 104,000 new jobs. New jobs. So
Yeah.
what kind of jobs are those, Jay? Are they? Do you think those numbers are 100% accurate?
Well, obviously not, right? Like we're not looking at full-time jobs. It's over the last couple of years that we've been talking about, my generation and younger generations kind of doing the great escape, right? Walking away
Right.
from jobs that they didn't need because there was government support and there was other things that they could be doing. And so now a lot of those people are coming back. And so now, the Bank of Canada says, look, employment has shot up way more than expected, way above what we were predicting, and it's just giving them an excuse to keep on this wagon wheel that they've been riding with rates going up. But luckily, people aren't so being so strong on their opinions, and that we're not looking at a 0.5, a 0.75, a 1% hike very likely, probably a quarter point, and then if indications can be trusted at this point in time, after the 2022 we went through, we can't think that there's going to be more than this one. Can you, Mike? Like this has got to be the last rate, you would think.
Well, you know
I
what?
would think.
Anything's possible, Jay. Anything's possible. Is it going to happen? I could see a quarter point and maybe one more after that if things don't. Again, let's get back to the lagging indicators, right? Like these rate hikes that started back in March. The first one was a quarter, which is normal. And again, let's talk a little bit about that. Everybody's like, phew, it's only a quarter point. Like, well, that's normal, right? Like what we've seen over the last 8 months has been just crazy. It's been totally abnormal. So getting back to what we think is, I could see one more, but possibly two max. But again, no crystal ball. The problem is that those rate hikes haven't filtered through the economy yet. They're going to start to here in the next 3 to 4 months. And that's going to be huge, right? Like we're going to start to see a corporate profit down, all kinds of things behind the scenes, right? So when you have that, then what happens to unemployment? Even though it's as low as it's been in a long time, it's going to start to shoot up. So these are big factors for moving forward with interest rates. But they also predict that they're going to keep these rates up for the next year. Again, I can't personally see that, but what do you think, Jay?
But these are coming from the guys that are saying that they're leading us into a soft recession, right? So we've admitted as a country, as our economic policy for Canada right now is that we want to push Canada into a soft recession. I think it's very, very rare to be able to push that lever just enough to get you into that soft recession and then rebound. Really strongly feel that there's been an over-aggression on the part of the Bank of Canada that, like you say, these things lag. I think within the next 3 or 4 months, we are extremely going to feel the impacts of these huge rate hikes. And I think they're going to have to do an about face. And so, you and I talk about this quite a bit. Summer, early fall, that's when I kind of see things turning and rates starting to go the other way. But this is a governor of the Bank of Canada that has done things that I didn't think he would do. So,
Totally.
we'll see what 2023 brings. For myself, I'm hopeful, and when I talk to my clients, I'm saying, like, listen, like, you guys have survived the worst of it. We don't think that this is going to continue on and push us into that 80s scenario with that huge high interest, because we're in a different kind of economy than we were there then. So just, you survive the worst of it. Let's start looking to the second half of 2023 as the upside for everything that you've had to go through in 2022.
And I think, Jay, things have gone up so fast here, and what goes up comes down, right? So the higher they go, I think the faster they're going to come down. If we talk about something breaks in the economy and the global economy, and there's a lot of cracks out there. So if something major breaks, treasury market, you name it, whatever, they're going to have to cut rates. We just don't know how much and when. And, I personally can't see a year from now us being at these similar rates. I just can't see things. We're in a debt society, most debt ever, right? So I can't see things sustaining itself. Again, that's just me. So let's get back a little bit on where rates are. We've seen some drops in some a little bit longer 3 to 5 year fixed rates. Is that the way to go, do you think? Or what are your strategies that you're talking about with clients other than variable? We've already talked a little bit about variable. You like shorter term fixed, or what are your thoughts?
I would. That would be my preference. Like, the 5-year fix is obviously the cheapest rate out there right now. We're seeing in that kind of 4.74, 4.84 kind of range. And that's attractive when you're comparing that to a 5.55 variable or a 5 point something 3-year fix. But
Right.
what I'm trying to tell my clients is, like, I get that. I get that 4.84 is less than, let's say, a 5.34 on a 2-year. But you're paying that for the next 5 years, right? So, like, let's look at that 5.24 and say that for the next 3 years of that, you've gotten a 3.24. Well, don't you think you've done a better average than you would have gotten going in at that 4.84 on a 5-year, right? So, definitely on the fixed side, there's people that need that stability and just believe in fixed. But I think it's worth the premium paid to not
Upfront,
lock yourself in for not such a long amount of time, right?
Yeah, and history shows that when rates go up like this, they come back, right? We just not sure how low. Could they go really low again? Absolutely. Could they, stop between 3 and 4%? Absolutely. Could they stay here for another year? Maybe. I don't know. Again, we have no control over that, but that's what we're trying to do. Think of over a 5-year period, the variable right now, whether you're prime minus half, prime minus 1, depending on where you are with the structure. What's that going to average out over 5 years? Not just the next year, 6 months to a year. What's that going to average over 5 years? That's what we kind of talk about mostly with our clients. And the shorter term fixed, I really like those, even though, like you said, the premium rates on those are a little bit higher. 3-year fixed isn't too bad right now, but make sure what you're in, the lender you're with, how big that penalty could be if you break it, right? So every lender's different on how they structure their penalties. So really, really make sure you understand what you're in when you're signing up for that. Like Jaden said, nothing wrong with a 5-year fix. If that's what you want, you can't sleep at night thinking about it, super scared. I understand, I get it. But just make sure you understand what you're getting into. So if rates do drop a substantial amount, the penalty's not outrageous to get out of it. So anyways,
and at the end of the day, Mike, sorry to jump in, but
no worries.
There's a reason that the 5-year fix is the most popular product out there in the market, and the reason is that that's the biggest moneymaker for the banks. So that if that's what you're comfortable with, then we're happy to help you in any way you want. But just remember that it's not the market driving the 5-year fix being the most popular in the market. It's the banks driving that.
Yeah, when you get your renewal from most of your lenders, what do they offer you? A 5-year variable and a 5-year fix. They don't even talk about the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4-year fixed and other options, right? So I guess just look at all your options. We're here to help. If you got any questions, please give us a call or email or anything at any time. Happy to help you out. And we'll see you in a week's time, and we'll talk about where rates are then, because, man, they can change really quick in a week. So
that's right.
Have a great day, everybody. See you later.